You're very welcome back. Thank you very much indeed for joining us live from Dublin. This is FM104's Phone Show with Adrian Kennedy. I hope you're enjoying the programme tonight. Now, congratulations to everybody who got Junior Cert results today. Particular congratulations. I know he probably won't be listening, but he's down in Wexford. But my young nephew Luke, who got 3 A's in his Junior Cert. Well done, Luke. Fair play to you. But it's not about Luke's results I want to talk to you about. It's about these 2 messages that I've gotten in the last while. The first one is from Audrey. She says, lads, at this moment, the one who lives next to me is having a party for her daughter who's 15 and got the junior results tonight, and about 10 of her mates. I know they're drinking alcohol because earlier she went out and bought a few crates of that Blue Wicked stuff. That's sick carry-on, don't you think? Do you think I should call the cops and have her arrested? And that's from a lady called Audrey. And then the other one says, little junior certers at the back of me having a monster party like something out of Project X, the movie. I rang the Garda, useless. Swear to God, kids out of it smashing up stuff, fighting the whole lot. If something like that is going on in your area, I want to hear from you. 6797104 is our telephone number. You've heard, the question we're asking is it okay for Junior Cert kids to be out celebrating tonight, and even if they're having a few drinks, so what? Or is that just totally the wrong attitude and these people should be calling the guards? 6797104 is our telephone number. John, you're on FM104. How are you, John?
Hi, grand. I was just like, I wanted to say, like, I don't think it's right the way the guards be treating us at all.
Oh, John, piss off. Dara, you're on FM104. How are you, Dara?
Hi, Adrian.
Now, Dara, you think Junior Cert night, it's your night, you should be allowed to do what you want?
Yeah, I do, because it's only one day, you know.
And did you get your results today?
I did.
And how did you get on?
4 honours, 5 pass.
Good lad, well done. But what have you been doing all day? Have you been out drinking? Have you been... What have you been doing?
I have. I've been drinking a few druids and in my friend's house.
In your friend's house?
Mm.
And where are you now? Are you at home now?
Yeah, I'm in home now.
You're at home now. So you had a few druid ciders in your friend's house?
Yeah.
And was there adults there?
Only one.
Only one adult. And
Yeah.
and did that person know you were drinking?
Yeah.
And they didn't mind?
No.
Now, a lot of people, you've heard, was it a wild party you were at? Well, it's over early enough now, I suppose. Was it wild enough?
There was about 13 others there.
About 13 others?
Mm.
So it was lively enough?
Mm.
And was there any messing?
No.
No. But you were all having a few drinks?
Yeah.
And there was an adult in that house?
Yeah, there was.
And that adult didn't stop you drinking?
No.
All right, stay there for 1 second. John, you're on FM104. How are you, John?
How's it going? How are you?
Grand, thanks, John. Now, you've just been in town yourself.
I'm just on the Royal Canal here myself.
You're just on the Royal Canal. Whereabouts?
Yeah, on the Royal Canal, the back of Mountjoy Prison.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And just there, and there's a load of young girls and young fellas, and there's lots of anti-activity going on. Like, if it was my daughter as such, I wouldn't have them out on the street, like...
Okay, so
really
just down along the Royal Canal between Phibsborough and Drumcondra.
There had to be in Quinn's pub, and there had to be in pub.
Well, no, they hardly got into Quinn's pub. They hardly got into Quinn's pub.
Put out for taking ecstasy, or they're all gaga. Like, really and truly, I don't know what's going on, what shape.
And are they all Junior Cert kids?
Yeah, they're all Junior Certs. Like, for God's sake, I have kids as such, but really, I really wouldn't, you know, like, it's a disgrace.
And are you shocked to see the state of these kids?
God, put it this way, when I was doing my junior or my intermediate certificate back then, like Janie Mac, we went for a few gargles as such, that'd be about it, but these are with other people and
they're absolutely out of it.
It's really a disgrace, seriously. It's gone beyond the point where I wouldn't let my daughter out on this night, you know?
Now, I believe they were at some, there was a Junior Cert night somewhere in Drumcondra. In Quinn's, okay, Quinn's did have a Junior Cert night. Right, but these kids got thrown out because of their behaviour in Quinns.
Well, they were goofing off that. Look, if I'm a bouncer yourself, I'm sure you know the effects of ecstasy and that.
Yes, I do.
They could see, like, here's the guards actually coming up. I think they're trying to get up this way as such, you know.
Right, so are you actually along the canal there?
I am actually. I was passing by as such, you know.
And where are the kids from where you are right now?
They'll be across 100 yards, 300 yards, 200 yards at the most.
Okay, so that's just a footpath down that side, like parallel with Whitworth Road.
There's a walkway where people
I know,
walk their dogs and that and such. At the back of Mountjoy.
Yeah, parallel with Whitworth Road, and the guards are coming up the Whitworth Road, are they?
No, I think they're trying to get up, but there's actually cordoned off. You know, there'll be walkways. You know.
And how many kids are we talking about? How many are there?
Well, there was about 20 earlier on, but they seem to be fizzling off. And then there's other ones, and they're with other guys, black guys. Well, I don't mean to say that, but they'd be of a different coloured skin and such. And they'd be older than them, you know. So, I don't know. They seem to be on drugs and such.
And how many are there?
There was a good crowd. There was 20, and they've been coming up with bags of drink and coming up and down, you know.
Right,
you know,
but the guards are
bottles and that at the back of the houses, you know.
The guards are around the area.
No, they seem to be gone as such now at this stage. The guards, they're shouting and wearing high skirts or whatever the fuck they wear, you know, teenage stuff or whatever.
So if you were a parent listening now who thought that they're...
Well, I'd actually ring the guards as such, hoping somebody, and just say, look, it was my daughter as such, you know, and go away, you know.
Now, I know there are lots of organised junior cert events on around town. I know the Right Venue are having one tonight. And I know they're all very well organised, but those venues can't be held responsible for what happens outside the place.
You can understand that, like such that they probably did put them out as things like that, but I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they could have better controls. And like, if it was my daughter, what is it, 50? When I did my junior cert or my intermediate certificate, I was 15, 16 years of age. I wouldn't be allowed into an establishment, and especially selling public alcohol.
Well, no, they wouldn't be selling alcohol at a junior disco or whatever. No, they certainly wouldn't.
Public house, Quinns, isn't it?
Yes, but they'd be kept away from the drink section. There's no way Quinns are serving drink to underage kids. Absolutely no way whatsoever. And I could.
They all are up now, attacking us now.
Sorry, say that again.
Here they all are up, coming to where we're standing, and attacking us now.
Attacking you for saying what?
Well, they're not attacking us. They want to know what's happening. They're all out to coming to right us now at the back of the training unit institution, you know.
And so how many are there now?
There'll be a good few of them, a couple of black, well, whatever, coloured guys, and there'll be a few girls and that, you know.
Right, but they're definitely, they're acting the maggot, they're out of their heads.
Yeah, more or less.
All right, stay there for 1 second. Where am I going next? Martin, you're on FM104. How are you, Martin?
Adrian, how are you? Listen, there's kids in Quinns from Contact. There's no alcohol there at all.
No, I said that. I've already said that. I know there won't be.
I'm honest talking bollocks. He's up there gargling probably, but like most of them on the canal there. Do you know what I mean? Like, so he's talking a lot of crap.
Well, John, you're talking a load of rubbish. You there, John?
I am, yeah.
He says you're talking a load of rubbish.
Well, then you listen, right, I'm going to walk down amongst them now, right?
All right.
There's a gang of outlets up there drinking, like there is every night.
No, I know that.
So, I mean, they're probably annoying the kids. But as far as kids bring drink, there's no way they're drinking in Quinns.
I don't know what. How's it going? How are you partying?
Oh, he's after getting cut off. We'll try and get him back. But, sorry, for any parent who's listening, there's absolutely no chance whatsoever that kids are getting alcohol in Quinns, okay? Be certain about that. Be absolutely certain about that. I agree with you, Martin.
I know all the Dom on there, and there's definitely 100%. There's no alcohol being served.
No, I know there isn't.
No, so far as he's saying there was, that's a load of...
No, he didn't say there was. He was saying it's a public house. and they're in a public house, but they're in a section of the pub where there's no drink being served.
There's kids on themselves and they're probably getting someone to buy a drink and scoring her off someone else and then go and drink. And how can you put a block on that?
And Sandra, you're on FM104. How are you, Sandra?
How are you, Adrian? First of all, I'd like to congratulate all the young kids on their...
Absolutely, yes. Congratulations to each and every one of them, yeah.
Of course, yes. They worked hard all through the year. And I do agree with having house parties for them, because listening to your calls earlier, you can see what's going on the streets of Dublin. If you have them in your home, and yes, I would buy them alcohol.
You would?
Yeah. You supervise it, and then the other parents can come and collect their children when the celebrations are over. Because if you don't let them have their drink, they're going to go get it from other sources, and God knows where they're going to land up. And their safety is paramount to me.
So you think that having them at home, having a few drinks is perfectly okay?
Yes.
Now, this lady who sent us the message, and in fact another one earlier on, are asking whether or not they should call the guards.
No, because I know that probably are underage, but at least you know that they're.
Well, it's not that they probably are underage. They are underage.
But kids, look with the society that we live in now today. There's so much pressure on the kids there, and I'd rather have my son or daughter in my home drinking alcohol in a supervised capacity, and I know that they're safe.
Okay, so you would prefer them to have a couple of drinks in the house than to be out on the streets and maybe walking around Drumcondra pissed?
Yeah, and as I said, those venues that are having the parties for them, that they aren't, I agree with you, they're not selling alcohol to them, but I can guarantee you the majority of them would have alcohol for outside after, and then you don't know where your son or daughter is going to end up. And as I said already to your researcher, look at the newspapers. Every year, the photographs that will be in tomorrow's papers will be absolutely appalling. You don't want to see our daughter work.
Okay, but why not just have a party and have no drink? I mean, you're saying you'd get them drink and everything.
Yes. Because they're not going to come to my party if I have no alcohol for them.
All right, stay there for a second. Tony, you're on FM104. How are you, Tony?
How are you, Adrian? How are things?
Now, Tony, you're a taxi driver.
Right, yeah.
And you're complaining about what you witnessed in Drumcondra.
Yeah, I was coming by Quinn's and a doorman came out and hailed me in, and I said, happy days, this is a grand picking up a fare. But when I got there, when I pulled in, the young girl that was there was absolutely out of her head. Yeah. And a couple of fellas that were with her weren't great either. And I'm not saying that they're selling alcohol in Quinn's.
No, they're not. And can I just clarify that? I want to make that perfectly clear to any parent who's listening to us right now. There is no alcohol being served to kids inside Quinn's or any other junior cert event that's on tonight. Let's make that perfectly clear.
But what I seen was loads of kids prior to that with bags of alcohol, bottles, everything going around by Drumcondra, everywhere. And that's all I can say, because I wouldn't pick them up because, they don't know where they're going. They get sick in the car. The lot.
Do you? You see, I'm in two minds about this, about whether or not venues are right to be running events for junior cert kids, and at least they've somewhere to go, or would it be better if those events weren't run? Now, the likes of Quinn's or the right venue or wherever is running events tonight can't be held responsible for what happens on the street.
Well, this is it. But with the time they're getting there, they're half pissed in any case.
That's what I'm saying. So it's nothing to do with the venues themselves.
No, well, out in Royce it would be a little bit different. They're more stricter,
I'd say Quinn's are very strict as well. And the thing about the right venue is in the middle of nowhere. It's not like kids are walking around the streets. They have to be dropped there and they have to be collected from there. That's the big difference.
Adrian, I'll tell you this much. I have a grandson, right, and he was in Quinn's last year, right?
Yeah.
Hear me?
Go on.
Yeah. And he was carted out in an ambulance after being drinking Red Bull and vodka at 3.
But I can't... sorry... I can't let you continue with that because I can't substantiate that claim, Tony. Where am I going now? Tara, you're on FM104. How are you, Tara?
I'm grand. How are you?
Grand, thank you, Tara. Now, you're hearing various stories of behaviour in various places around town. You're disgusted with parents here.
I'm disgusted with everything. I'm disgusted. I just want to congratulate my son for he got nine hours and 1 pass today. And he bought his ticket weeks ago for the academy.
Right.
And arrived in at 8 o'clock. Doesn't drink. Him and all his friends do not drink.
Very good.
And they were refused entry.
They were refused entry?
They were refused entry.
Why? On the pretense that they'd been drinking?
They'd been drinking, and they don't drink. If they did drink, if I was a parent and if they were at home after having a few bottles, I would say, well, tough shit. It's your own fault. They're after having a few drinks. They don't drink. And they went in, and the bouncers would not let them in, and they kept saying, "But why? But we have done nothing." But a lot of the other children were going in, pissed drunk, out of their heads, and they were allowed entry. So they told him to go off, and 4 times he had to go off and walk around town for 2 hours and then come back as he could get in. And then they allowed him in.
All right, so you believe that that there's no point in even going to an event because you could be turned away?
Yeah, sure, what's the point? They're after paying their tickets. They paid €20. He had a VIP pass. Then it says at the end of the ticket, non-refundable or whatever you call it. Mm-hmm. They weren't going to give the money back.
But and I'm not saying your son was, but venues are well within their rights to turn away people who they believe have been drinking. I'm not saying your son was, and you're saying he wasn't.
No, I'm being 100% with you when I say this. He wasn't drinking. I rang the guards. I actually rang the guards and asked them what I could do, and they told me it was a civil matter that I'd have to go into the bouncers and see what they could do.
And did you?
Well, I was going in until my older son went in, and the guards told me what to do was to go up to the bouncers, get my son to go to the bouncers, my older son, and ask for the bouncer's ID number, and ask them why they weren't letting him in. Because he wasn't drinking. And he doesn't drink. If you did have a few bottles, I would be the first one on the line and say, yeah, he did have a few bottles. He doesn't drink. He was so excited. All he wanted to do tonight was to go in and listen to that DJ that was playing tonight. And they refused him. And my son said the amount of kids that went in, absolutely out of their faces, on drink, whatever, and he's the sober ones, and the bouncers were just lining them up and picking them out.
Tara, where is he now?
Where is he now? He's getting picked up now by his brother. And he's coming home, because it's finished at 11:30.
Right. So when was the last time you saw him?
When I saw him tonight?
Yes.
7 o'clock.
Is there any possibility he could have gone and had a drink in the meantime?
No, because he's not. He's just not one of them kids. Drink doesn't entertain him at all. He's not into it. It doesn't appeal to him at all.
Now maybe he's just saying that.
No, seriously.
All right, okay. Nathan, you're on FM104. How are you, Nathan?
Grand, thanks. How are you?
Grand, thanks, Nathan. Now, what did you want to say?
No, I did my junior cert and I got my results this morning, and I just wanted to say that I think it's very irresponsible for parents to go out and buy drink for their children, especially tonight.
Now, there you go, Sandra. It's very, very irresponsible.
No, I'm not irresponsible, because I know the children that were at our party are all home safe. They're not on the roads. They're not up canals. They're not going to be arrested. You know, they're not in a public house. They're happy.
Well, it's well and good to know where they are, but the problem is if you gave, your own child drink, one of his friends could have an adverse reaction to it and could end up being very sick, and then it comes back onto you who bought the child the drink.
I would have bought drink for the house, and the children would have brought their drink as well.
Okay, so you think, Nathan, that it is downright irresponsible of parents to allow their kids to drink in a house on Junior Cert night?
Yes. I think that the parents shouldn't be buying their children the drink, and they shouldn't be letting them drink in the first place, seeing as they're under the age to buy the drink themselves. And as I said, if it was a case that it was parents buying in the drink for a house party, if something happened to one of the kids, it falls back onto the parent that it's you who supplied them with the drink.
All right, so you think it's irresponsible, yet, Sandra, as a parent, you think it's the more responsible thing to do than to have your kids walking around the streets drinking?
Yes, because as I've said already, the children, if they don't get it here, they will go out somewhere else and source it, you know?
Not if a parent doesn't let them.
I know, but look at Adrian. Look at the times we live in. The kids are going to go get it.
Not if their parents have some control over them.
Pardon?
Not if their parents have some control over them.
Yeah, well, we have control over them because we have them in the house. We control them, supervised. They're in a supervised environment. And I can honestly say, hand on heart, there'll be no one getting sick or having adverse reactions because they're all happy. We've gone home, and I'm happy that they're safe, and their parents are happy that they're safe, and they got their celebrations. So.
All right, stay there for 1 second. Angela, you're on FM104. How are you, Angela?
Hello, Adrian.
Now, Angela, you had an incident yourself with your grandson, is that right?
Yeah. He went into Queen's at 7 o'clock to pick up his tickets. With €17 each for the tickets.
Okay.
And his mammy brought him down. But when he went down, there was a good few crowd outside waiting to go in. Like, no drink or anything. And there was 6 bouncers on the door. And when my daughter brought him back down, about 8:15 to go in, the 6 bouncers were still there.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a crowd going in. None of them were drunk at all. But as they were coming down the road to go to Queen's, there was a lot of the kids drinking up near the canal, you know, near Lemons there. So if they got to the door, the bouncers weren't letting them in. But he had to leave then at 10:30. He said they were falling all over the place. So maybe it wasn't drink, probably drugs, but they weren't served drink in the pub. You know, so there was no drink at all there. But he had to leave at 10:30 because he couldn't take it. And he ended up going up to Eddie Rockets in Fisborough. The girl's mammy picked them up, and the 3 of them were sitting in Eddie Rockets then. So he said there was a lot of them falling around the place.
But this was before they arrived at the venue, and I have to make that perfectly clear. This was before they arrived at the venue, that they were arriving drunk.
Definitely, yeah. And there's a lane beside Queen's, and they were kind of standing there as well, the bouncers, because the kids tried to get down there to drink their drink. And when they didn't allow them, they walked off. And
the point being that Quins are definitely running a tight shop tonight, which is great to see.
Definitely, yes, definitely.
Which is great to see, yeah.
Yeah. But that's all I want to say.
Angela, what do you make of what Sandra was saying, that she would rather have them in the house having a few drinks in the house? What do you think of that?
No, definitely not. They're too young. They're only 15, they're only babies. You know, they really are only babies.
And what time is that thing in Quins over at?
It was over at 11:30. They left about 10:30.
They left at 10:30, but it's over at 11:30.
Yeah, he rang to actually say that he was leaving. So the girl's mother picked them up. They were told not to move. They stood outside with the bouncers while they were waiting for their lift.
Right.
And they don't drink. You know, they definitely don't drink. But they just couldn't take her anymore, you know. So that was a waste of €17.
Absolute waste of €17, yeah.
€34 for 2 tickets. You know, so the few pound that they got, that's where it went. You know, so...
All right, let me go to James. You're on FM104. How are you, James?
How's it going?
Now, James, you've been listening to Sandra, who was saying party, kids, junior cert, couple of drinks. What's the problem?
It's an absolute disgrace. A disgrace. The night that's in it, it's even more a case of that they shouldn't be drinking.
Well, there you go, Sandra.
Look, they're young children. They're in the...
No, see, that's you said the word yourself, children. They're bloody children.
Yes. Come here, when I was young, I used to tell my mother I'd be going out, I don't drink, and I'd be drinking on the fly. At least I know where they were, and none of them were drunk tonight. They had a couple of drinks, and that was it.
Okay, can I ask what age you are? Hello?
Sandra?
You sorry?
What age are you?
What age am I? I'm 53.
Well, I'm 35, okay?
Oh, pleased to meet you.
And the world is such a different place now. And believe it or not, I had a stand-up row with a brother of mine at a wedding a couple of weeks ago. Through the course of the day, I came across my niece, who was 15, and she had a drink in her hand. I said, "What are you doing?" "I'm having a drink." So, "Frog match, I over to the brother." I said, "What's the story here?" "Ah, sure, everyone's doing it." 15 years of age, only gone 15. That's the problem with society. People not read the papers, no? See the shit that goes on constantly.
I do read the papers, and we're going to read the papers tomorrow, and we're going to see kids all lying on the roadways, up lanes, having drink. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you've set a precedent there now that drink is okay.
Yes.
So it is. What age are your son or your daughter? Don't mind me asking.
Pardon?
What age are they?
My grandchildren.
And what age are they? 15?
Some of them are 16, some of them are 17, but they're all gone home now. They had a fabulous night, and I enjoyed myself.
And how many drinks would they have had?
They had 4.
Four what?
Those, what you call those, wickets, and what's those parrot things? They're sort of in a frozen thing.
Oh, cocktails, will you? What are they? Not even a simple beer. It had to be a cocktail, a hard liquor drink.
Oh, come here till I tell you. On the back of it says 3% volume. A bottle of Budweiser is 5.
I'm well aware what's in a bottle of Budweiser, but here, if you're the grandparents, where's the mother and father?
Pardon?
Where's the mother and father?
They're sitting here.
Shocked and stunned is the word I use. Shocked and stunned.
Oh, well, you've got to move with the times.
Move with the times.
You need to go to anger management.
You think the times we're living in should have teenage people drinking?
Children here tonight in our home, and they've all gone home safe, and there'll be no photographs of them in the papers, or none of their...
I'm well aware of that. What about next week when you're away for the weekend, or the mother and father, and they're off somewhere?
No, you see, I trust the children. We've got a trust with them. And once you've got trust with a child, they won't. They don't. There was no drugs, nothing.
So you can probably trust your own.
And can I ask you this, Sandra? The parents whose kids were in your house, were they aware that there was drink involved?
Yes, they took the children to the house.
And they were aware that there was going to be a few drinks for the kids?
Their children, yeah.
And none of them had any problem with that?
No.
Well, there you go.
I most definitely wouldn't have anybody in my home if their parents had a problem with it.
It's signs of times, imbeciles.
Yeah.
And you think that's downright irresponsible parenting, James?
I do indeed.
Well, I disagree.
But stay there for 1 second. 6797104 is our telephone number. John, you're on FM104. How are you, John?
How are you doing?
Grand, thank you, John. Now, what did you want to say?
Dreamland. She's in dreamland. I have a 16-year-old in the house with a black eye as a result of this fucking junior cert. Excuse me language.
What happened to him?
He was assaulted by a gang of lads, all drunk from the junior cert. So whatever the wavelength she's on, it's not the fucking same as the rest of us are. It's just a vibe. It's saying they can drink, it's okay. If her daughter came in with a black eye like my son did, would she be in favour of drinking tomorrow? I wouldn't think so.
Well, Sandra?
Well, like I said, that he should have had his child in the house. The child
he was walking down the road minding his own business.
And is he even a junior cert student himself, John?
No, he's not.
And how do you know it was junior cert students that attacked him?
Because I went down the road and chased him myself.
And there were young fellows out on the piss?
Yeah. All junior cert heads, all drunk, twisted out of their minds, no parents around, very responsible people looking with their kids. Huh?
What part of town was this happen?
I have a young lad there with a black eye the size of a red brick, and I don't know what to do with him.
What time of the day was what part of town was this?
In the Clondalkin area.
In the Clondalkin area. And all young fellas just... And do you blame parents like Sandra for having such a relaxed attitude to drink?
She's away with the 30s. There's no justification for a kid of 16 to be drinking. They're not responsible, and they'll be out of their minds.
Yeah, but it's in a controlled environment in her house.
Yeah, well, when they leave the house, it's not controlled when they're walking home. Do you know what I mean?
Walk home.
Well, that's what you're saying now, but sure, I have a kid that was walking down the road, was attacked by a lot of people, that junior cert drunks.
In our house, didn't walk home.
All right. Well, that's your word, but I can tell you my son was assaulted. He's a black eye the size of a brick.
And I'd like to add that I didn't partake in any alcohol taken. I was responsible towards the children.
Jeez, you just said a minute ago it was okay for them to have a drink. There's no responsibility in the 16.
No, but she's saying she was the responsible one not having a drink.
Oh, right. That's in her case. What about the other case where there's no responsibility for her, and my son's going around with a black eye and nobody gives two shits, but I'm up the wall over it. Do you know what I mean? So that's the word out there today for a junior cert or a leaving cert. Somebody goes home with a black eye or a slashed face or a broken jaw, and they should be there. None of them should be allowed to drink, in my opinion.
All right, stay there for a second. The argument is, though, John, if you don't let them drink, they're going to go and do it anyway.
I know that, and it's very hard to how would you say, police that. It's very hard. There's nothing, you can only do your best for your own, and hopefully you can keep them safe. But there's the minority out there that'll take a crack at your son if they're walking by them in a gang.
And is your son all right?
Well, I didn't bring him to the hospital yet. I'm going to bring him up in a few minutes, but he's going to be traumatised, I suppose. 9 fellas walk over just smack.
God love him.
That's
lousy.
I'm sure I'm not the only parent in Dublin that's fucking enduring this tonight,
All right, 6797104 is our telephone number. Any parents supplying drink or hosting a party for underage kids in full knowledge of there being drink consumed is a complete failure as a parent, says this texter. They can't even control their 15, 16-year-olds. I'm 19, but whatever about the kids fooling their parents about knacker drinking in a field, it's a joke that their parents are allowing it in the house. Absolute fools don't deserve to be parents. What would you say to that text, Sandra?
That's his opinion, but like I keep saying, I had them in a safe environment. They left and they went home. So end of. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Hello?
Yeah, no, I'm listening to you. James, you're on FM104. How are you, James?
Hello?
How are you, James? How are you?
I was on. Now, she's saying... I was on already, but she's saying in her opinion 4 drinks was safe, okay?
That's what she said, yeah.
What if someone else's opinion that 8 drinks was safe, and them 4 drinks and them 8 drinks, them kids came together, and it was a fight? Do you know what I mean? She's saying that's a matter of opinion. She's saying 4 drinks is safe. So what if someone thinks that's more irresponsible or thinks that 8 drinks is unsafe or is safe? Like, does it make sense? They shouldn't be drinking full stop.
All right, stay there for 1 second. Sandra, will you hang on there for 1 second?
I will, yeah.
I have to take a very quick break. 6797104 is our telephone number. I'd like to hear from you on this. We're talking about junior cert night, and firstly kids on the streets, but also the fact that some parents are decided rather than let the kids go out on the streets, like Sandra, have them in the house, give them a few drinks, everyone's happy. FM104's Jeremy Dixon is out and about this evening because it is junior cert night. Now we
on the FM104.
oh, there he is. I can hear him already. How are you?
Adrian,
No, Hank, stay quiet for a second. Don't mention your full names, please.
Hello.
How are you?
Grand. Now, where are you?
I'm just around the corner from Queen's here in Drumcondra, which has obviously been the focus of the show for the last 40 minutes or so. Now, I don't want your full names first of all, okay? So one at a time. Okay. I don't need to know your name. Shush for a second. Where were you tonight?
I was in Queens and I got fucked out.
One at a time. Sorry about this, Adrian. Dealing with.
Go on.
I got fucked out Queens because somebody laughed at me.
Because what?
I got thrown out. I just some young one.
Sorry, but you're really annoying. Just stay quiet for a second. Thank you. So why were you thrown out of the pub?
I go to some girl. What are you looking at? Because she was laughing at me.
Okay, now.
So you started a fight, did you?
And you started a fight on her, did you?
Yeah, I basically started because I said it first.
And you're surprised that you got kicked out?
I'm just saying that I got thrown out. It was my fault for starting it, but she was laughing.
Okay, can I ask you the question? It's now, 20 past 11.
Yeah.
Are you doing... Stay quiet for a second,
Don't
please.
tell me to be quiet.
No wonder you were kicked out of the pub if that's the attitude you had. Seriously. Why? Where are you going now? It's 20 past 11.
I'm just sitting here till I go home. Get locked now.
But have you not been drinking already?
No, I haven't taken coke. I'm locked, Adrian Kenny, you bastard.
Not me saying that.
You
see, guys, here's the problem. Every year, people like yourself who do the junior cert get a bad reputation. It's because of this behaviour.
Yeah, I know.
But you're not.
I'll say
the fuck you? Sorry, how much? Hang on a sec. What did you have?
I'm very drunk. I'm a chicken man.
What did you have to drink tonight?
I had. We shot Michaela. I had VR vodka and I had Magna vodka and I had 2 bottles of vodka and I had 2 cans of cups.
Okay, let me just stop you there. And do you think you can handle all that drink?
I don't think so.
Well, I don't think so at all. Because you're a drunken mess now.
How am I drunken mess?
Where are your parents? Let me ask you.
Our parents are in bed.
Shut the fuck up. Where are your parents at the moment? You've been drinking?
Yeah.
Okay, you've been chewing them, so obviously they're trying to get rid of the smell of drink. Your parents mind? Stay quiet for a second.
You shut up, give no sense to me.
Please shut up, you, for fuck's sake. Adrian, that's what you're dealing with.
I don't blame Quinn's throwing them out. I don't blame Quinn's throwing them out. They were dead right to throw them out.
No, I have to be honest with you. There's the three of them here. I'll be honest with you. You're fairly sober and you're behaving yourself, but these two girls are in an awful state. I mean, let me ask you, when you go home tonight, what are your parents going to say to the stage? Hang on a second. What are your parents going to say to you when you walk into the house in that stage?
Matt probably cut it out. I just had to walk to his bedroom and say I wasn't making all the same kind I was
Do you realise there's something very, very wrong with a girl your age being that drunk? Everybody at 16 gets, what age are you? 17, and everybody at 17 gets drunk.
Everyone at 17 gets drunk. So, yeah.
And why did you get kicked out of the pub, can you tell me?
Because, why did you get too drunk?
Because you were too drunk. Now let me ask you, you're talking sense. Can you understand why they threw them out at that stage? Yeah. And where did you drink? You drank on the street beforehand,
We
is
drank
it?
in Queen's.
No, but you didn't. There was no alcohol in Queen's, I'll tell you that now.
Look at him.
No, down the flats down the road.
Yeah, down our face.
So you drank in the flats before you went in. But how is that girl going to get home tonight? Can you just tell me? You're bringing them all home. You're getting a taxi.
Yeah, you're going to get a taxi home, so I'll be on the radio and that. Shut up, kids, you're getting this out.
You've absolutely no respect for yourself. Can I say that to you?
Oh my God.
You really need to sober up. You need.
Jeremy, let me ask you this: Is there any?
She's threatening to give me a dig in the head now here as well.
That's lovely, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so it's absolutely no small wonder that Quinn's threw them out. Where are you now? You're up along the canal where that guy John was calling from?
No, not far from it.
Not far from there, right. So some parents somewhere are responsible for those kids and apparently don't give a shit.
I mean, you've heard yourself how drunk this girl is. It's absolutely... I mean, we've all been drunk, but this girl doesn't even know where she is. It's just...
Yeah, that's shocking, that is.
It's not good.
All right, I'm going to take a break. I'll come back.
She's back over to me now. Let me see if I can get some sense.
Go on.
I want to see her.
You what? No, this is a serious issue, okay? I need to deal with this. You're very, very drunk, Michaela, and you should not be out here on your own. She's with you. Are you going to bring her home?
Yeah, well, don't listen to me.
You're with me.
Well, where do her parents think she is at this time of night?
She's not drinking.
What?
They don't know she's drinking.
They don't know she's drinking.
We got bye on her. Hey, on us.
Okay, it's getting a bit out of control here, Adrian. But this is absolutely shocking, isn't it?
And this is you're in Drumcondra right now?
Yes. That's where I am at the moment, yeah.
My God, the noise of that young one. Like I said, I don't blame Quinn's or wherever she was throwing them out.
Hang on a sec. I don't want to say anything else to you because, to be honest with you, you're putting yourself in danger. You should not be this drunk. You are talking to me. I'm listening to you. Why did you get yourself that drunk tonight?
Because I'm junior.
I know you got your junior self and I'm delighted and I hope you did well and all that. But there's no need to get that drunk.
Can we talk to him first?
There's no need to get that drunk. No, I'm talking to you here. There's no need to get that drunk. Would you not get in a taxi and go home? Look, the girl has fallen over. Sorry, will you look over this? Will you look after this girl before she falls over? She nearly fell onto the road.
That's shocking, that is. Is there any guards around there anywhere? No.
No, there's not. There's not. Not where I'm standing anyway. No, you can't talk anymore. I'm not responsible for you. Go back to your friend. Go back to your friend, okay? Agent's your cousin. Okay. You are very, very drunk, and you shouldn't be drunk at your age. Yeah. Okay, how would you feel if I called the guards to come over to you? You don't care, do you?
No.
And you don't care about going home to your parents that drunk either?
Why on the phone?
You don't? Because we're on the radio. I explained it to you already.
Yeah.
Good night, Michaela. Adrian, I can't be dealing with this.
That's shocking, that is. That's shocking. Now, I know that's only, I know, and I don't want to paint a picture that all kids are out behaving like that because the vast majority of them aren't behaving like that.
Yeah. I also don't want people to think that I deliberately picked out the drunk teenagers. That was the that was the first group that I actually met. They just happened to be sitting at the side of the road. But that poor girl, she does not know where she is. She couldn't even string a sentence together.
Katie, you're on FM104. How are you, Katie?
Hi.
Now, Katie, what did you want to say on this?
Oh, no, I was just listening to the radio and I actually felt sick.
I feel a bit ill myself, to be honest with you, listening to that young one, yeah.
And listening to them, I couldn't get over it. Like, how their mothers could let them go out like that.
I doubt their mothers know they're like that, to be quite honest with you.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me.
Because that young one's mother thinks she's at an organised function and doesn't think it's over yet and thinks everything's hunky-dory.
Well, they shouldn't have kicked the girls out of it unless they knew they were going to get home safely. There should have been some way that they could keep the girls in a safe place until their moms came.
And what do you think, Katie, of what we heard from that lady Sandra a while ago, who had no problem with them having drink in the house, having a couple of drinks in the house in a controlled way? They're all gone home now. Everything was great. No problems whatsoever.
I don't think it's right for kids to be drinking at that age, but if she was...
Well, it's better than what we witnessed on the phone there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's better than what the other girls are at. At least she knew she could control the kids in her own environment.
Now, some people would argue, why are parents even giving in to kids wanting to drink? They're not allowed to drink and that's it. So why aren't people putting the foot down? John, you're on FM104. How are you, John? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hello, John. Is that your name? Hello? What are you doing, man? Oh, here, I don't know what the hell's wrong with his phone. Sean, you're on FM104. How are you, Sean?
How are you doing, Adrian?
Grand, thanks, Sean. Now, what did you want to say on this?
I've just been listening to the programme there while Jeremy was out and about. And that is total disgrace. Now, my son is here. He passed his junior cert results.
Oh, were you out celebrating with him as well, Sean?
No, I'm not, actually. He's up in his room.
No, it sounds like you've been celebrating as well.
Yeah, I had a couple myself.
All right, okay, yeah.
At least I bought him a few drinks tonight.
You bought him what?
I bought my son a few drinks today.
And what, did you drink them all yourself?
No. He's up in his room with his mate and his girlfriend and his girlfriend.
Right, so the four of them are upstairs, and have they a few drinks up there?
They're having their own little party up in their bedroom.
And how many drinks have they got?
I got them 8 cans each.
You say that again? How much?
I got them 8 cans of Budweiser each.
8 cans of Budweiser each?
Yeah, that's for the 2 boys.
These are 2 young lads who did their junior cert, celebrating their results, and you got them 8 cans of Budweiser each.
Yeah.
You're either too drunk to know what you're saying, or are you admitting to buying that much drink for young kids?
He's 17 years of age. He was kept back a couple of times.
Right.
Yes, and you know what? At least I know where they are.
They're upstairs. They're not out on the street causing mayhem.
They're upstairs. Their radios are on up there. I can hear them. They're moving around.
This is shocking, this is. 8 cans of Budweiser for juniors. And what about his mate? His mate wasn't held back. How old's his mate?
His mate is 16.
His mate is 16.
You know.
And you bought them 8 cans. And does his mate's parents know he's there with you drinking 8 cans of Budweiser?
Yes.
And they're happy enough with that, are they?
Yeah, because you know where he is. He's all over the street.
Stay there for 1 second. 6797104 is our telephone number. Adrian, I'm disgusted after hearing that poor child on the radio. My son is 16, was out tonight celebrating at a function that was on from 7 to 11. He was dropped there and his dad picked him up at 11. He wasn't drinking. I wouldn't allow him to drink. But right now he's in McDonald's with his dad, safe and well. But it's all down to the parents at the end of the day to be responsible. I myself looked up the Facebook page of the venue today and there was a notice for the parents with the time the disco started at and finished at, and also told us exactly where to pick them up. That's well organised, Suzanne. That's nice to hear. We go back to our Jeremy. Are you there?
Yeah, I have another teenager with me called John, who's in a lot more sober state. How are you?
Grand, yeah.
Well done, first of all, on the results today. Now, you just came from, I was telling John before we came on air about the girl I interviewed a few minutes ago who couldn't even stand up. Now, have you been drinking at all tonight?
No.
Not at all? So you were in Quins,
yeah.
Obviously, and I want to state Quins were not serving alcohol. That is correct.
Yeah.
It was all soft drinks and stuff like that.
Coke.
What was the behaviour like, sort of outside and stuff like that? Was there much drunkenness or?
No.
It's sort of isolated incident, is it? And were many of your friends drinking tonight?
No, not many, no.
Well, you did. None of your friends got parents to offer alcohol or something like that?
No.
And what do you think of teenagers like the girl I was interviewing a few minutes ago that can't even stand up?
Don't know, to be honest, you know what I mean? Like, it's not new, like around Coolock, you know what I mean?
That's where you're from, is it?
Yeah.
Underage drinking is a huge problem.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you were able to have a good night without drinking?
Yeah.
Weren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, look after yourselves, lad. Safe home. From what I believe, it's just breaking up now in Quins, Adrian.
Okay, and like I said, the ones that are coming out of Quins now are the ones that have been well behaved and didn't get thrown out of the place for misbehaving.
I mean, I'm not surprised that those two girls got thrown out of the pub. I mean, you heard her there herself. She threatened to slap me across the head as well. Now, when I say this girl, she literally couldn't even stand up. She was falling out over traffic and stuff like that. God knows how she's going to get home. But the funny thing is, Adrian, and you're dead right what you said, the parents will be completely oblivious.
Yeah, because they think the thing is still on and it's over at 11:30. I should be home soon.
Yeah, but they probably won't even stay up to make sure that she gets home safe. Whereas, if that were you or if that was me who had a daughter out in that state, damn right you'd be waiting at the front door.
And as a matter of interest, actually, you're saying that and it just so happens that we talked about Quins tonight. I know there are other venues with functions on for teenagers all over the city tonight. It just so happens that the very first caller was about the kids hanging around the canal. Are there many cars waiting around with parents waiting to pick them up?
No, there actually are now, in fairness. The whole of Drumcondra has cars parked outside with the hazard lights on. So they are actually waiting to pick them up.
Okay, so it's over at 11:30. The parents are there at 11:30. That's all good.
No, but there's always going to be teenagers who are left to walk home on their own. I've never understood that either. I mean, I have friends, children who did the junior cert tonight and they're out as well. And the parents have told them, you know, we're going to have the car parked outside the pub or the nightclub or whatever at such a time. You better be here at that time or else.
Yeah, or you won't ever be going out again.
Yeah, so I don't understand why parents are letting their daughters fend for themselves, really, and have to get home. So, because it's so dangerous. Some of the girls are in such a state that it's just not safe. You know what I mean?
And I stress this again, the vast majority of junior cert students tonight have been well behaved, have been in venues that are very well run and very well organised. So there's no reason for most parents to be worried, especially if you've arranged to go and pick up your child. It's everything's going to be grand.
Sorry, let me just go up to another couple of girls here. Howdy, girls. I'm from FM104, Adrian Kennedy. Are you the mammy, are you?
I was listening to you, I am.
Oh, you are? Well, first of all...
listening to you coming down in the car.
Very well. First of all, I want to congratulate you because you've done the right thing and you've actually picked up the girls.
Home from walk to pick the girls.
Now, were you ever going to let them go home on their own?
No, not at home. She wasn't going if I wasn't allowed to collect her.
So what sort of rules did you put down?
She wasn't allowed to go. I didn't collect her.
And so you dropped her off and...
Brahman's dad dropped them off and...
It's only your first name, it's okay. So it's all finished now in Quins and you're bringing them home. Are you going to be breathalyzing them now when you get home or do you trust them?
Well, she's allowed to have one in their mum and her mum's home.
Okay, just one drink. So girls, you all just had one drink?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah. It was supervised.
It was supervised.
It was supervised.
Are you saying that's the proper way to do it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
If not, you would have went out and...
Well, I don't know if you heard the interview. We interviewed a girl a few minutes ago,
underage,
and literally she couldn't even stand up. She was kicked out of the pub. So what you're saying is give them one drink, drop them off at the venue, and pick them back up, and no harm's done. And did you have a good night, girls, without drink and all that?
Yeah, oh, so.
Your feet are sore?
Yeah.
Well, if that's all you have to worry about tonight, it's a great night. See you later. Bye-bye. That's the way to do it, Adrian, isn't it?
It is, and like we said, I'm glad to hear there's loads of cards in Drumcondra now, picking up all the kids from the event in Quins. But from listening to that young one earlier on, who could blame any bouncer throwing her out?
Yeah, I mean, you just couldn't blame the person, the doorman, whoever he was. And I'm just looking at all the teenagers leaving Quins now, and they all look sober. They're all going straight to their parents' cars. I mean, there's another 4 girls just standing in front of me. The mother waiting outside with the car. They're getting straight into the car. So in other words, there's no room for error or messing or anything like that. They're straight into the parents' cars and straight home. Because, in fairness, why would you let a 16 or 15-year-old walk through Drumcondra on their own at night?
You wouldn't in a month of Sundays, no.
You wouldn't. It doesn't make sense to do that. It's just down to bad parenting, really, isn't it? At the end of the day, letting your child fend for herself. I'm after looking at that girl that I interviewed about 20 minutes ago now. I've seen her across the other side of the road. She's still nowhere near to going home.
She's just walking around Drumcondra aimlessly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, if you see a guard, Jeremy, maybe you just tip him off and let him know.
I will. I will. As I said, I wanted to get away from them because I don't want to be held responsible for anything that might happen to them or anything like that, you know.
Yeah, but if I'm sure there has to be a guard around. Just point her out to him and let him know.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just talk to two last people before I go. Hey, you guys, I'm from FM104.
Hiya.
Adrian Kennedy show. You were celebrating the junior service results, are you?
Yeah.
And are you being picked up by parents or what's happening? No.
Just gone home.
Just going home. Have you been given a time you have to be home at?
Yeah, about 1:30.
Oh, to be home when Quins is over.
Which is, Quins was over. Now, did you get kicked out of Quins? Or
No, just fighting because he went for another young one right in front of me.
Oh, you didn't, did you?
Yeah, and he's trying to say sorry and all, and it's not working. Would you forgive someone that did that right for you?
I had a feeling the two of you were having a row.
I was actually sobbing over him.
So, Hannah, on junior service results, you cheated on your girlfriend.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Don't even lie.
It's like the Jeremy Kyle show here.
It is, yeah. I'm enjoying this. Go on.
Did you have any alcohol tonight or anything like that?
Yeah, just a bit, but I wasn't that lost this
What do you mean, just a bit now?
Literally about that much I can. Wasn't even that much.
Okay, so you've been told you have to be home by 1:30.
Yeah.
Okay, well I hope you.
So, Jeremy, hang on for 1 second. What's she going to do between now and 1:30? That's an hour and a half away.
What are you going to do? It's only 10 to 12 now. What are you going to do for the next hour and a half?
Just probably go home now because he did that.
Okay, so it's ruined the night, has it?
Yeah.
And I presume your parents give you money and offer a taxi to get home. Okay, so what part of Dublin do you live in?
Finglas.
Finglas. So you're just going to get straight into a taxi. You're not going to hang around the street now, are you?
No, him.
And you're going to look after her, aren't you?
No, he's not. No, sorry.
Okay, see you later. Bye-bye. Thanks a mil.
The thing that interests me about that conversation is, okay, she's going home because she's pissed off with him, but what was she planning to do? What were they going to be doing for the hour and a half?
I don't know. Why? Maybe they told the parents that the gig was finishing later.
But sure, it's not in a month of Sundays is a junior cert gig going to be over at 1:30.
No, I know that, but are parents aware of that sort of stuff?
Well, they want to be gobshites now if they don't realise that a junior cert gig isn't going to be over till 1:30.
Well, some parents are gobshites. No, it doesn't make sense. If the event is over at 11:30, you would assume that the parents would say, "Okay, you better be home by 12 o'clock." But 1:30, it does seem a bit extreme, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I mean, she knows school tomorrow. Junior cert students have school tomorrow.
No, they do. That's why a couple of years ago there was a suggestion that they. Well, no, they were originally going to change the results and bring them out on a Friday, and they said no. They said by bringing the results out midweek, students won't stay out as late because they have school the next morning. But that's not stopping any single one of them.
Mick, you're on FM104. How are you, Mick?
Not so bad yourself.
Mick, what do you make of what we've been listening to tonight?
It's typical Irish.
Drink, drink, drink.
That's it, yeah. Does anyone realise that the legal age, the drink is 18?
I think they do realise it. Whether they're prepared to accept that fact or not, I don't know.
Well, obviously they don't accept that. They don't really give a shit out where the kids are. Now, I'm not saying that like there was parents there collecting kids from that do, but an awful lot of them wasn't.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Once they were out from under their feet, let them go where they like.
And when you hear, obviously, what we've heard it was one or two kids we heard on the street drunk, and it's shocking to hear them drunk in that way, or that particular young one that Jeremy was talking to. I mean, they are a minority, aren't they?
It depends on where you are. I see it now fairly regular where I live. I'm out in the sticks, as they say.
Right.
And it does happen on a weekly basis.
And when you hear that mother, that lady that we had on a while ago, Sandra, who was saying that she had a party in the house, they had a few drinks, do you think she was being responsible or irresponsible? Fact is, her kids weren't walking around the streets.
Well, they weren't walking around the streets, but they still shouldn't have been drinking at 16.
One of the points she made was that they wouldn't have come to her house if they weren't allowed to have a few drinks.
Well, then they should have stayed in their own house and had a few drinks.
Or gone out in the streets. You see, this is the worry.
Aye.
The worry is that they won't want to go to a party. They'll want to go to a function like that one there tonight, and they'll end up drinking before it and whatever. At least by having them in the house, that none of that's going on.
I see an awful lot of that going on. Like even the teenagers and the people that is old enough to drink. I have a few relations now, younger. We say in their early 20s, and even before they go out at the weekend on a Saturday night, they're going to a nightclub. They go to a house and they get pissed first, and then go to the pub. Get twice as pissed and then go to the nightclub. I get thrown out of the nightclub.
All right, stay there for 1 second. I'm over at Wright's and everyone is coming out now, mostly sober, and lots of parents and buses here collecting kids, which is grand. And I have to give credit to Wright's. They do organise their teenage discos very well. It's my junior, and I didn't go out because it was too dangerous, but my mum let me drink in my house and my cousins because it's safe and she knows where I am and that I'm okay. But I'm not allowed to be drunk, and I'm 15 and my name is Robin. Michelle, you're on FM104. How are you, Michelle?
How are you, Adrian?
Now, Michelle, what do you want to say on this?
No, I don't think, right, I have to say, no, I don't agree with, mothers going in and collecting their kids on a night out. That's embarrassing.
So, you think it's okay for them to celebrate for this one night?
Yeah. They're at the doing their junior, they're at the pass, and then they may as well go out and enjoy themselves.
Yeah, but what about the drink aspect of it? Nobody's given out about them going out and enjoying themselves.
I know they can have a drink, Adrian. Everybody done it.
Well, now there you go, Mick. That's the attitude. They can have a drink. Everyone done it.
I don't think everyone done it.
They do now. Where do you live?
This is what is it, 2013, I suppose. Since it is ridiculous. Especially girls, all right, fellas going out, young lads going out and getting drunk. Okay, but young girls, is completely disgraceful. It shouldn't be allowed to happen.
Well, my sister's gone out to celebrate our junior cert, and my ma let her and her friends have a few drinks here before they went out.
Now, how many drinks?
They had 3 drinks.
And how many drinks are they going to have then when they're out of sight, out of mind?
Well, I don't know. It's up to them what they drink. Do you know what I mean?
But they're only kids. They're only 15, 16.
That's what I'm saying. They are only kids.
But you've done it once before. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't get on and say that you've never done it and this and that, and they're not allowed to do it. My man knew she was doing it, so she's going to do it anyway, whether my man knew or not.
Well, where are they getting the drink then?
Well, I got a text earlier on from a guy. He's a college student, and every time he's walked past a spar shop or anything resembling an off licence all evening, he's been plagued by junior cert kids to get them drink. Some people actually give in. Now, this guy says he didn't, but some people actually give in and buy them the drink.
Well, I'd buy the drink now.
Sorry, you would. What age are you, Michelle?
22.
You're 22, and you would buy them drink.
Yeah.
No problem to you. See, there's the answer to your question, Mick.
Yeah.
She'd buy the drink for them, no bother.
That's just typical. It shouldn't be done.
It's typical. They're going to get it somewhere else, so why not just buy it for your own anyway?
Yeah, well, you buy it for one, you have to buy it for somebody else. Yeah, you buy it for your sister. And then your sister's friend wants a couple of bottles. So you go back in and you buy a few more.
They're sitting in my house, they were.
Huh?
You were sitting in my house. No matter if I wasn't going to buy it, she was going to get it somewhere else anyway. That's what I'm trying to say to you. It doesn't matter if I didn't buy it, someone else would have bought it.
So your sister, she had a few drinks at home and then went out, and where did she go to?
Went up to Hush.
Right. And what time is that? When will she be home? Like, what time did she head off to go to that at?
Well, to be honest, she's at the ring. She was here. She went about 8:30.
She went about 8:30.
She rang to say that her friend was having a party, that she'd be going there after.
So she's off to a party now?
Yeah.
Has she no school tomorrow, no?
Oh, they're in at 12, but I doubt she'll go in.
God help them.
Why are you laughing at?
God help them, that's all.
So she's been to. So she wasn't happy enough with the party that it has to go on elsewhere. She has to go to a. If she wasn't happy with Hush, she has to go to a house party now.
Yeah.
And she's 50.
That's what she rang and said.
And is that perfectly okay at home? Yeah.
Well, I don't know. She never rang me, ma. She just rang me. I just told her to be home, make sure she's home early.
But she's not home early. It's gone midnight.
It's only 12 o'clock, Adrian. By the time they get home and come down and all.
So what time would you expect her home at?
About 2.
About 2?
2 o'clock in the morning. Up for school.
And what's your mum saying?
She doesn't mind.
Doesn't mind?
No.
Probably doesn't know.
She's just going to do it's either going to be, she tells the truth, or she's just going to say she's staying in a friend's house.
She's 15!
16.
This is unbelievable. Thomas, you're on FM104. How are you, Thomas?
I'm not too bad, Adrian.
Good, Thomas. What do you want to say?
No, I was just making the point to Katie on the phone. If it's an organised night out, likes of Quinn's or
the right venue or Hush or wherever there's been events on tonight. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, wherever. And they're paying 17 or 20 quid. They should have names, addresses and phone numbers, given that these are all juveniles. And rather than throwing them out onto the street like the guys that are the girls that Jeremy met, perhaps keep them in instead of throwing them out onto the street. If it's properly organised, why don't they just ring the parents and get them home?
Okay, so what? Every child that goes to one of these events should have to give their name and address on the way in the door?
No, if they're booking the tickets, surely it should be a name and address.
And a contact number of a parent in case they end up being...
And that's properly organised, in my view.
All right, let me just bring in one last call on this. Damo, you're on FM104. How are you, Damo?
What story, Adrian? All right.
It's Michelle you wanted to talk to, is it?
Yeah, is Michelle still there, yeah?
Yeah, she's there, yeah.
Hey,
Hi, Michelle. I was just listening to you there. I was just driving down. And I was just looking at a group of young ones out on Temple Bar, and I was just thinking exactly what you were saying. I was thinking that could have been your cousin or niece or what you were saying. I think you're dead out of water, you know.
They're not in Temple Bar.
Or whatever they are, I was just thinking, like, that could be your cousin out now, you know. But you are getting sick and everything, you are, you know. It's
well, I know she wasn't getting sick.
How do you know she won't be getting sick, you know?
Well, if she's getting sick, she can look after herself, can't she?
Well, not at that age, not 15, she shouldn't be drinking, you know. I think it's disgraceful.
Well, she's just going to do it anyway, do you know what I mean?
But that's not a good enough excuse, Michelle. She's just going to do it anyway.
Michelle, it's disgraceful. I think it's disgraceful at 15 years of age, like. You know what I mean?
I don't agree with it. Some people are going overboard.
Adrian, I'm going around now there I was by Temple Bar, and the amount of young kids I'm looking at falling over.
Actually, man.
You know? Yeah, I'm a taxi man, yeah.
All right.
All right, let me read out a couple of texts before I wrap this up. Thanks all of you for your calls. Will they all feel the same when one of the children is injured, raped or murdered, says Jim in Dublin 12. Adrian, I'm in 6th year now, and on my junior cert I didn't go out. We went out for dinner and went to the cinema on the following Saturday. We didn't go out because we thought it was too dangerous and only an excuse for everyone to drink. I did my junior 3 years ago and I had 6 bottles of Miller which my mum bought me. I drank them and decided it wasn't worth the fuss over some drink. It had no effect on me, and I just think if you're responsible you should be able to drink if you are supervised, says Nick in Swords. And one last one. Adrian, can you tell that thick woman on the radio that 18 is the limit? No wonder the country is going around pissed. I'm fuming here, says Mark in Shikor. Thanks very much indeed for your text, Mark. Live from Dublin tonight, this is FM104's Phone Show.